Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English Stories Home. If you're here to improve your English skills and become a more confident speaker, reader, or writer, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a topic that many language learners sometimes overlook: the importance of reading in English. Reading isn't just a way to pass time. It's one of the most powerful tools to grow your language skills at any level, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced learner. In this video, I'll guide you through why reading in English is so beneficial for your language journey. We'll explore how reading can help you grow your vocabulary, understand grammar naturally, and improve your comprehension. But that's not all. Reading also makes you more familiar with how native speakers express ideas, emotions, and everyday experiences. Plus, I'll be sharing some practical tips on how to get started, so you can make the most out of every book, article, or story you read. This video is designed for all levels of English learners. No matter where you're starting from, you'll find something here to help you. Before we dive in, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos that help make English learning easier and more enjoyable. And if you have a favorite book, article, or author you love reading in English, share it in the comments below. We love hearing from you, and your recommendations can help others in the community too. So, are you ready to discover why reading in English is so powerful? Let's get started. Why reading in English is important. Reading in English is one of the best ways to build a strong foundation in the language. It's often said that reading is like having a personal teacher in your hands. Every sentence, word, and idea you encounter is an opportunity to learn, practice, and grow. So, why is reading so valuable? First, it naturally expands your vocabulary. When you read, you come across new words and phrases in context, which helps you understand not just their meanings, but also how they're used in real-life situations. Unlike memorizing a list of vocabulary words, reading allows you to see words in action, making it easier to remember and use them later. Reading also introduces you to proper grammar without needing to study grammar rules directly. By seeing correct grammar over and over, you start to absorb the structure and flow of English naturally. Over time, this makes forming sentences easier and more intuitive, without even thinking about rules. This is why reading is so helpful for English learners of all levels. It lets you learn and improve without feeling like studying. Another benefit of reading is improving comprehension. When you read stories, articles, or even news, you're not just focusing on words, but on understanding ideas and information. This practice strengthens your ability to follow conversations and pick up main points quickly, skills that are crucial for listening and speaking as well. Reading also helps train your brain to think in English, which can make it easier to respond naturally in conversations. One often overlooked benefit of reading in English is that it builds confidence. Think about it. When you finish a book or article in English, you feel a sense of accomplishment. Each time you read, you prove to yourself that you're capable of understanding and enjoying English content. This confidence can make you feel more comfortable speaking, listening, and even writing in English. Reading is also a fantastic way to experience the culture behind the language. Stories and articles expose you to ideas, humor, and expressions that may be different from your own culture. This cultural exposure makes English come alive, helping you connect more deeply with the language. And here's the best part. Reading in English doesn't have to be hard or time-consuming. You don't need to understand every word. Focus instead on the main ideas and enjoy the experience. Remember, even a few minutes of reading each day can make a huge difference in your overall progress. So, whether you're picking up a book, a magazine, or a short story, remember that every page you read in English is a step closer to fluency. Reading offers you so much: new vocabulary, better grammar, stronger comprehension, and more confidence. It's a simple habit that brings big rewards, so keep reading and enjoy the journey. Benefits of reading for each level. Now that we understand the overall importance of reading, let's explore the specific benefits it offers for English learners at different levels: beginners, intermediate learners, and advanced students. Each stage presents unique opportunities for growth, making reading a versatile tool for language acquisition. For beginners, reading serves as a gentle introduction to English. At this stage, it's essential to start with simple texts, picture books, short stories, and graded readers that match your level. These materials typically use basic vocabulary and sentence structures, which are perfect for developing confidence. When you read at this level, you encounter words and phrases repeatedly, helping you remember them. This repetition builds your vocabulary and allows you to grasp fundamental grammar concepts in a low-pressure environment. As you read, you also practice recognizing words and their meanings, which is vital for building a solid language foundation. Intermediate learners can benefit from a wider variety of texts, such as novels, articles, and blogs. At this stage, reading becomes a tool for expanding vocabulary and understanding more complex sentence structures. You will encounter idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs, which are commonly used in everyday conversation. These elements enrich your language skills and make your speech sound more natural. Additionally, intermediate reading materials often introduce you to different writing styles and perspectives, enhancing your critical thinking and comprehension skills. As you tackle more challenging texts, you'll also develop the ability to summarize, infer meaning, and analyze content, which are essential skills for effective communication. For advanced learners, reading opens the door to an even deeper understanding of the language. At this level, you can explore sophisticated literature, academic articles, and contemporary essays that discuss various topics, cultures, and ideas. Reading these texts not only strengthens your vocabulary, but also exposes you to nuanced language and rhetorical devices, helping you appreciate the richness of English. Moreover, advanced reading improves your ability to engage in discussions and debates, as you'll be equipped with a broader knowledge base and the ability to articulate your thoughts clearly. This level of reading encourages you to think critically and develop your voice as a writer and speaker, preparing you for academic and professional success. In summary, reading is a valuable practice at every level of English learning. For beginners, it builds confidence and foundational skills. For intermediates, it enhances vocabulary and comprehension. And for advanced learners, it sharpens critical thinking and expression. No matter your proficiency, incorporating reading into your daily routine can lead to significant language improvement and a more profound appreciation for the English language. Key tips to start reading in English. Reading in English can be a rewarding experience, but it can also feel overwhelming, especially for beginners. To make the most of your reading journey, here are some practical tips to help you start reading effectively in English, no matter your level. 1. Start small and choose topics of interest. One of the most important things to remember is to start small. Don't feel pressured to jump into thick novels or complicated texts right away. Instead, choose materials that spark your interest, whether it's a short story, a comic, or a blog about a topic you love. When you enjoy what you're reading, it makes the learning process much more engaging and enjoyable. This approach will motivate you to read more and develop a habit. 2. Use graded readers or simplified texts. For beginners, graded readers are a fantastic resource. These are specially designed books that have controlled vocabulary and simplified grammar, making them easier to understand. Look for readers that match your current level. There are many available across different genres, from fiction to nonfiction. As you progress, gradually challenge yourself with more complex materials while still choosing texts that keep your interest alive. 3. Keep a vocabulary notebook. As you read, you will undoubtedly come across new words. Instead of skipping over them, keep a vocabulary notebook to jot down unfamiliar words and phrases. Write down their meanings, example sentences, and even synonyms. This practice not only helps you remember new vocabulary, but also reinforces your learning. Make it a habit to review your vocabulary notebook regularly and try to use those words in your writing and speaking practice. Practice reading aloud. Reading aloud is an excellent way to improve your pronunciation and fluency. When you read out loud, you engage multiple senses, helping reinforce your learning. It can also help you become more comfortable with the rhythm and intonation of English. Find a quiet space, and don't be afraid to read aloud from books, articles, or even scripts. You can even record yourself and listen back to identify areas for improvement. 5. Focus on understanding the main ideas. As you read, it's crucial not to get bogged down by every single word. Instead, focus on understanding the main ideas of the text. Try to grasp the overall message or theme, and don't worry if you don't understand every detail. This strategy will help you develop your reading comprehension skills and train your brain to think critically about the material. 6. Set a regular reading schedule. Consistency is key when it comes to building a reading habit. Set aside dedicated time each day or week for reading. It doesn't have to be long. Just 10 to 15 minutes daily can make a significant difference over time. The more you incorporate reading into your routine, the more comfortable and confident you will become. 7. Join a reading group or book club. Reading doesn't have to be a solitary activity. Joining a reading group or book club can provide motivation and accountability. Discussing what you've read with others allows you to share insights and learn from different perspectives. This interaction can deepen your understanding and make reading a social experience. 8. Explore different genres and formats. Don't limit yourself to one genre or type of reading material. Explore different genres: fiction, nonfiction, poetry, articles, and more. Each format offers unique benefits and can enhance different skills. For example, reading fiction can improve your imagination and storytelling skills, while nonfiction helps you gain knowledge about real-world topics. 9. Celebrate your progress. Finally, celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Each book or article you complete is a step forward in your language learning journey. Reward yourself for reaching reading milestones, whether it's finishing a book, learning a certain number of new words, or simply sticking to your reading schedule. Positive reinforcement can boost your motivation and encourage you to continue reading. By following these tips, you can develop a rewarding reading habit that enhances your English language skills. Remember, reading is not just about improving your language. It's also about discovering new ideas, cultures, and stories. Enjoy the journey and happy reading. How to use reading for speaking and writing practice. Reading not only enhances your understanding of the English language, but also serves as an excellent foundation for improving your speaking and writing skills. Here are some effective ways to leverage your reading practice for these two important aspects of language learning. 1. Summarize what you read. After finishing a text, take a few moments to summarize it. This practice can be done both verbally and in writing. For speaking, try explaining the main points of the story or article to a friend or family member. Use your own words to describe the characters, settings, and events. This exercise will help reinforce your comprehension and enable you to articulate your thoughts more clearly. For writing, jot down a brief summary in your notebook. This will not only improve your writing skills, but also help you practice organizing your thoughts. 2. Engage in roleplay. Reading fiction or dialogue-rich texts provides a fantastic opportunity for role-playing. Choose a character from the story and act out their lines or scenes with a partner. This practice will help you become more comfortable with speaking in English, while also allowing you to explore different tones, emotions, and expressions. Role-playing can also enhance your understanding of context, which is crucial for effective communication. 3. Write reflections and reactions. After reading a text, take some time to write down your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. This could be a personal reflection on how the material resonates with you, or a critical analysis of the characters and plot. Writing your reactions helps you express your opinions clearly and coherently, while also providing an opportunity to practice using new vocabulary and sentence structures. Create discussion questions. While reading, jot down questions that arise or topics you'd like to discuss. This practice not only deepens your understanding of the material, but also prepares you for conversations about what you've read. You can bring these questions to a language exchange partner, a friend, or even a reading group. Engaging in discussions allows you to practice your speaking skills and reinforces your understanding of the content. 5. Imitate writing styles. Reading various texts exposes you to different writing styles and techniques. To improve your writing, try imitating the styles of authors you admire. Pay attention to their sentence structure, word choice, and tone. Then, write your own paragraphs or short essays using similar techniques. This exercise can help you develop your own writing voice while enhancing your ability to express ideas in English. 6. Use reading to expand vocabulary in context. As you read, pay attention to how authors use words and phrases. Make a list of new vocabulary words and try to incorporate them into your speaking and writing practice. For instance, after reading, use new words and sentences, practice saying them aloud, and challenge yourself to use them in conversation. This strategy will not only help solidify your understanding of the vocabulary, but also make it easier to recall when speaking or writing. By actively integrating reading into your speaking and writing practice, you can create a holistic learning experience that enhances your overall language skills. Remember, the goal is to not just passively read, but to engage with the material actively. This approach will not only make learning English more enjoyable, but also significantly improve your fluency and confidence in both speaking and writing. Overcoming challenges in reading. While reading in English can be a highly rewarding experience, learners often encounter challenges that can hinder their progress. Understanding these challenges and implementing effective strategies can help you overcome them and make your reading journey smoother. Here are some common obstacles and how to address them. 1. Limited vocabulary. One of the biggest hurdles for learners is encountering unfamiliar words, which can disrupt comprehension and make reading frustrating. To tackle this, maintain a vocabulary notebook where you jot down new words and their meanings. Use online dictionaries or translation apps to aid your understanding. Try to learn words in context by reading sentences where they appear. Over time, you'll build a more robust vocabulary, which will help you feel more confident while reading. 2. Complex sentence structures. English texts, especially academic or literary ones, often contain complex sentence structures that can be difficult to follow. To overcome this, practice breaking down long sentences into smaller parts. Identify the subject, verb, and object to understand the core meaning. Reading aloud can also help you grasp the rhythm and flow of sentences, making them easier to comprehend. Additionally, don't hesitate to reread sentences or passages that are unclear. Sometimes, a second look can clarify things significantly. 3. Lack of motivation or interest. Maintaining motivation can be challenging, especially if you're struggling with comprehension. To combat this, choose reading materials that genuinely interest you. Explore various genres, such as mystery, fantasy, or nonfiction, until you find what captivates you. Set realistic reading goals, such as finishing a chapter each week, to create a sense of accomplishment. Consider joining a reading group or engaging with fellow learners to discuss what you've read. This can make reading feel more social and enjoyable. 4. Time constraints. Many learners struggle to find time for reading amidst busy schedules. To make reading a habit, incorporate it into your daily routine. Set aside just 10 to 15 minutes a day, perhaps during your commute or before bed. Consistency is key, and even short, focused reading sessions can lead to significant progress over time. Remember, quality matters more than quantity. It's better to read a little every day than to binge read for hours infrequently. 5. Fear of making mistakes. Some learners feel anxious about reading in English due to fear of making mistakes or misunderstanding the text. It's important to remember that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Embrace the fact that not every reading experience will be perfect. Instead of striving for complete understanding on the first try, focus on enjoying the material and extracting the main ideas. Celebrate your progress and remind yourself that each reading session contributes to your growth. 6. Different cultural references. Reading texts that contain cultural references unfamiliar to you can also pose a challenge. When you encounter cultural allusions, take a moment to look them up. Understanding the context behind these references can enrich your reading experience and deepen your comprehension. You can also discuss these elements with others to gain different perspectives and insights. By recognizing and addressing these challenges, you can turn reading into a more enjoyable and productive part of your English learning journey. Remember, persistence is key, and every effort you make brings you closer to fluency. Don't hesitate to seek support from teachers, friends, or online communities as you navigate the ups and downs of reading in English. Thank you for joining me in today's discussion on the importance of reading in English and how it can enhance your language skills. Now, it's time to put this knowledge into action. I encourage you to start by selecting a reading material that interests you. Whether it's a short story, an article, or a novel, dive into it with curiosity. Remember to keep your vocabulary notebook handy and jot down any new words you encounter. Join our community by sharing your reading journey in the comments below. What are you currently reading? How are you using it to improve your speaking and writing skills? Your experiences can inspire others and create a supportive learning environment. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Easy English Stories home channel for more tips and strategies on learning English. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Together, let's make reading in English a fun and fulfilling part of your language learning journey. Happy reading, and I can't wait to hear about your progress.